After being in church ministry for a decade and in the church my whole life, pretty much, I've come to know one thing. Healthy Christian community can be hard to cultivate. There's a book that I really love called Made for People by Justin Wimmel Early. And it has helped me so much in cultivating friendships in our house church and with others as well. And I wanted to share with you some great takeaways from the book so you can engage in Christian community in a healthier way this year, okay? So Justin goes through 10 ways that we could enhance our friendships in our world where a loneliness epidemic is rampant in our world. So here's a few of them, okay? Number 1, vulnerability, the art of living without secrets and the habit of confession. Do you know the loneliest way to live? Living with sin and hiding it. No one wants to be vulnerable, but we also know that the more vulnerable we are, the deeper friendships can become. Ask a couple who's been married for longer than 20 years. All of their vulnerability has been left out for each other, right? In the same way, a Christian community must have vulnerability in order to thrive. This happens through regular confession of sin, and of course, having opportunities to confess sin in that Christian community. So, do you have these opportunities in your church regularly? Honesty, the art of saying what you mean, and the habit of rebuke and encouragement. Here is an apparent paradox of grace. The same love that accepts you as you are can also tell you to change, because real love is for your good, not for your comfort. Rebuke and encouragement take maturity and wisdom to master. Yes, honesty takes practice. If someone is doing something amazing, do you have the wisdom to use real, meaningful words of encouragement? Or if someone is in sin, do you have the patience and grace to challenge them toward righteousness? Well, a Christian community needs to practice this in order to master this craft. Covenant, the art of commitment and the habit of making promises. Justin likes to use the phrase covenant friendships. I really like this because we often really don't say what we mean. Sometimes we encounter a new friend and we just hope that there's this unspoken bond where the other person also wants to continue the friendship as well, but we don't actually communicate that. So wouldn't it be cool if we were intentional about those friendships and asking for their commitment and in a challenge to do things together and making promises that strengthen these bonds? That would be amazing and so cool. If only it were lived out. Forgiveness, the art of failure and the habit of forgiving. With forgiveness, conflict and friendship is the doorway to communal grace. Let's face it, we're gonna mess up, and so are our friends. But a Christian community is called to forgive in a world that demands perfection, to ask for forgiveness in a cancel culture world. Is it possible to sanctify failure through forgiveness? Geography, the art of rooting and the habit of proximity. So many people do not understand how important it is to live in proximity to close friends. Most friends make their decisions about buying a home based on how close work is or where they go to school. But not many friends do that based off of how close other friends are, right? Can I walk to my best friend's house? Is it likely that I'll bump into so-and-so at the grocery store? These things make a huge difference in how we view community. Communication, the art of communication and the healthy habit of technology. Technology can and should support our friendships. And a good snack can be a bridge to a next meal or just a delightful indulgence. Both are fine, so as long as the meals stay healthy. Texting and sending memes to each other are like snacks that help maintain true friendships, right? But we cannot maintain those friendships if that's all we're doing. We need meals like intentional dinners, double date nights, or hangouts to really cherish those relationships. Technology can help if we understand its place. So I just brought up 6 concepts of intentional friendships, but Justin goes in depth with more and also talks about more ideas about including others in friendships and friend groups, being intentional by scheduling time with friends, building memories around a table, and even worshiping together to battle against evil. This book has really helped me tremendously as I've navigated healthy friendships and intentional biblical community. In our house church, we've been able to actually live out some of these concepts on a regular basis, like confession and encouragement and loving rebuke and forgiveness. We definitely aren't perfect though, and there's obvious room for improvement as we keep building these healthy friendships. But we do need to be intentional with these healthy friendships, especially these covenant friendships in our church. And these 10 ways are super helpful to being intentional their community. So, which one of these do you need to work on in your church community? You can pick up the book, Made for People, if you want to dig deeper. Link is in the description. He also has some other great books on spiritual formation and building these habits into your life, like Habits of the Household and The Common Rule. So pick those up if you're interested. They're great. I highly recommend them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Intentional community is really hard, but I hope this inspires you to get plugged into a local church, whether that's a local church down the street or a house church in your neighborhood near you. Find some friends, build community, and grow as apprentices of Jesus. God bless you guys.